Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Rise and Thrive podcast. I'm your host, Manny Fraser, and today we're diving into something that can absolutely transform your career as a personal trainer or a fitness professional. Sales skills. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, sales? That's not why I got into the industry. But let me tell you something. Mastering sales is the key not only to growing your business, but also making a deeper impact on your clients' lives. You see, we all get into this industry because we're passionate about helping people. We love guiding people on their fitness journeys, watching them achieve their goals, and witnessing those incredible transformations. But here's the thing. Without sales skills, we might never get the chance to work with those clients who need us the most. So today, we're going to talk about the fundamental sales skills every personal trainer needs to have to thrive in this business. If you're ready to elevate your game, increase your client base, and build a stronger relationships with those who you serve, this episode's for you. Stick around because by the end of this podcast, you'll have the tools you need not just to survive in this industry, but also to thrive. Let's get started. All right, so let's jump into the first part of today's episode, understanding the importance of sales skills. In our profession, now, I get it. When we hear the word sales, it might bring up images of pushy tactics and cold calls, but I want you to shift your perspective. Think of sales as an extension of the care and support you already provide to your clients. When you're selling your services, you're not just pushing products, but you're also offering a solution to someone's problem. When you're thinking about it, like this is what you're doing. You are focusing on, you gotta turn off that phone. It's so loud. So you're thinking about the problems that the person's having, right? So now think about it. Like someone comes to you and say, I have a problem. And you're like, okay, I can help you. Anything you say is a sale. But a lot of times when trainers think about sales, they think about these sleazy tactics that you're doing. And it's like all this other stuff. It's like everything you do is a sale. You have to sell yourself on waking up in the morning, getting out of bed. Right now, sales as an industry or sales as a actual thing that you're doing requires skills, and you can grow these skills. Anyone can be good at sales. When you're selling your services, you're not just pushing products, or you're offering solutions to someone's problem. You're helping them bridge the gap between where they are today and where they want to be. And trust me, when you approach sales with that mindset, it becomes less about selling and more about serving. You have to believe that your offering is valuable. That belief will shine through in your communication and it will resonate with potential clients. So the first key skill we're talking about is communication. Effective communication is the backbone of every successful trainer. It's not just about I'm going to put my mic in my lapel so I don't have to hold it. There we go. And turn it. There we go. So it's not just about talking. It's about conveying your passion, your knowledge, your belief in what you can do for your clients. It's about making them feel understood and confident that you're the right person to guide them. When I think about communication and passion and knowledge, I always think about the example, which is a lifeguard. Now, imagine a lifeguard who was sitting at the pool as you were swimming and you didn't know how to swim, but they weren't paying attention. And so you went into the pool and you started drowning. What would happen? You would hope that your lifeguard's first intuition is to help you, right? That's what you hope. That's what I hope too. Now, here's the thing. If the lifeguard doesn't do that, what ends up happening to you? You drown. A lot of times as personal trainers, we don't think about our job as life or death. We don't think about the implications of someone being able to get helped. Think about it like this. we are the first line of defense to people having a quality of life that they want to have. And in order to have that quality of life, they need to learn how to move properly. They need to learn how to work out. You're selling them on that quality of life, because the worst thing that happens is when people at the end of their life complain about things they didn't do. You as a personal trainer have to be able to communicate very well why people need to pick up the weights and start lifting. Next up is empathy. This is where you connect with your clients on a deeper level. Empathy allows you to step into their shoes, understand their struggles, and reassure them that you're with them every step of the way. When a client feels that you genuinely care about their journey, they're more likely to trust you and invest in your service. That's very important. Empathy, I think, is one of those things for a personal trainer you have to grow in. You have to understand that, people need to understand that you care for them. Now, I'm going to talk to a lot of the trainers out there, and I understand this. You don't care. And what I mean by that, it sounds insensitive to say, but you don't care. And you don't care because you don't understand. For some of you guys, you've never been overweight, you've never been fat, you've never been made fun of because of your body, you've never had your legs chafed together because you're too overweight. You've never gone through drastic changes. You've never had to change the clothes in your closet because they don't fit anymore, other than buying clothes because of the fact that you got bigger, but bigger because you wanted to, not because of the fact that you just got bigger. You've never been in their shoes. So when they're telling you things, you don't get it. And so empathy is listening to what they're dealing with in terms of their struggles and realistically being like, okay, I'm hearing you, and I'm taking you for what you're saying, and my goal is to help you. You have to feel for them, and you have to feel genuinely for them. And I understand that a lot of you guys don't feel like that. So here's what I'm going to get you guys who don't feel like that to do. You don't have to put on a fat suit or anything like that. But what you have to be good at is business. You got to be really good at the business of caring. So what I mean by the business of caring is just focus on caring about your business, which means being a great customer service representative, caring about the clients that you have in a way that they realize that you care for them, right? That's all you gotta do, okay? Now, that sounds simpler than not. It is, and I'll have another podcast for talking about that. So now let's talk about active listening. This one's a game changer. Active listening isn't just about hearing what your client is saying. It's truly understanding their needs, their goals, and even their fears. It's about asking the right questions and giving them the space to share their story. When you listen actively, you gain insights that allow you to tailor your services to meet their specific needs. A lot of times, as trainers, what we do is that we're not actively listening, we're just listening. We're listening in a way to respond. So instead of actively listening to the person, listening to what they have to say, we just want to respond to them and be like, okay, cool. Hey, let's respond quickly. Or if someone tells you a story about going to the cottage on the weekend or going on an airplane and not being able to fit, you're like, oh, I was on an airplane last week. That's not active listening. Active listening is listening without the need to respond, listening to what they're trying to actually tell you. Finally, here's the last thing that you need: confidence. Confidence is contagious. When you speak with confidence about the value of your service, your client will believe in that value too. Confidence isn't about being arrogant. It's about having faith in your ability to deliver results. It's about knowing that your offer is worth every penny and more. That one's a big one, because when we're looking at being able to believe with confidence, I think belief is something that can be contagious. It's something that you can give, and you have to believe so much that your client then believes. I always think about your client's cup is empty and your cup is overflowing. Your main goal is to bring your cup of belief over to their cup and just let it all drain into theirs. Okay, so how do we put all these skills into practice? During our upcoming training sessions, I'm going to be doing more training sessions online. So this is a shout out, a little plug. If you haven't signed up for my online training sessions, please do so. Reach out to me at It's Manny Fraser on Instagram. shoot me a text. Just say training. Just all you gotta do is put training and send me a message, training, and I'll shoot you the Zoom links. And when we're meeting, my goal is to meet with everybody once a week and go over training in terms of sales and being able to go over that so you can have a chance to practice, but also hear more insight and have a mastermind to work with other people who are also in the same industry. So if that's something that interests you, or you have a friend that might interest, all you gotta do to go to my Instagram, go to It's Manny Fraser. That's my Instagram, and just type in the word training. Message me the word training, and I'll do the rest from there. Okay. So during our upcoming training sessions, we're going to be deep diving into these core skills through a mix of lectures, hands-on activities, and role-playing exercises. You're going to learn how to identify and practice these skills in real-world scenarios, and most importantly, you're going to be able to build the confidence you need to bring these skills into an everyday interaction. Here's what you can expect first. We'll have a lecture, so we'll talk like just how I did. I'll break down relevant skills that you're going to need in personal training. We'll discuss real-life examples in terms of how I've used them in real life and how you can use them in real life, and how these skills have helped trainers like yourself and fitness professionals like yourself close more sales and build stronger client relationships. Next, we'll get hands-on. You'll pair up with fellow trainers with breakout rooms. You'll practice these skills in different scenarios. You'll be amazed at how quickly you can improve with focused practice and feedback. Finally, we'll do some role-playing. This is where the magic happens. I like roleplay because it simulates the practices. You get to simulate the real sales interaction. Whether it's initial consultations, overcoming objection, closing the sale, by the end of these sessions, you'll be ready to bring your A game with every client interaction. My number one goal with the Fit Sales Pro workshop is to realistically improve people's sales by 100%. So if you're selling whatever you sold last year in terms of personal training, or if you never sold training before, my goal is to help you. So if that's something that interests you, once again, go to It's Manny Fraser and just type in the word training. That's it. Or the next thing you can do is go to Rise and Thrive Pod on Instagram and just type in the word training. If you're watching me on YouTube, just shoot me a message, type in the word training. You can go to mannyfraser.com, type in the word training. Send me your email, and then definitely I'll reach out to you, okay? Now, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. Sales just isn't about numbers or quotas. It's about building relationships. It's about understanding that every sale you make is an opportunity to change someone's life for the better. So embrace these skills. Don't shy away from them. Lean into the discomfort and watch how your confidence and your client base grow. Okay, if today's episode resonated with you, I challenge you to take action. Share this podcast with your fellow trainer, your gym buddies, and anyone else in the fitness industry who can benefit from mastering their essential skills. And hey, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Your feedback helps me bring you more content that you want, and you can actually build a career out of personal training. The content that I make, I want to make sure that you can rise and thrive in your personal training and fitness career. Until next time, keep pushing, keep going forward, keep believing in the value that you bring. And a reminder, every client you serve is a life you have the power to change. Let's go out there and make it happen. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Manny Fraser, and this is the Rise and Thrive podcast. Keep rising, keep thriving, and we'll see you in the next episode. Peace.